Hello everyone, welcome to Defeating Diabetes with Lakisha. Happy New Year. I hope you're having a great year. We are kicking off this year on Defeating Diabetes with Lakisha to a great start. We're talking about food. I get a lot of questions about food, like as a diabetic, what do I eat? What shouldn't I eat? So I'm going to kick off with two videos. The first is going to be what are the worst things a diabetic can eat? And then the second is going to be what are the best things that diabetics can eat? Now, I don't have an exhaustive list. That means I don't have everything that is the worst foods. I just have a short list of the worst foods that a diabetic can eat. So take your pen and paper out and let's go. All right, so we're not only going to talk about the worst things to eat, but also the worst things to drink, because I think drinking is a huge culprit. So the first thing I want to talk about are drinks. Usually as a diabetic, you want to stay away from sugary, caloric drinks. So the worst thing you can drink are sodas, Gatorade, high sugar juices. All of these things are like the worst things you can drink. You want to stay away from these things that have a lot of sugar in them, because when sugar is liquefied, it goes straight to your system and it affects your sugar levels quickly and swiftly. It causes you to feel lethargic and tired. And so the next time you wash something down, think about what you're washing it down with. You don't want to be eating something healthy and then wash it down with something that's full of sugar. You just negated your whole meal. So one of the worst things you can drink is soda, Gatorade, or any other drink that's high in calories and high in sugar. The next thing you want to stay away from, and this is considered like a food drink, is to stay away from fruit smoothies. This is another worst thing you can eat. Fruit smoothies, for the same reason as a soda. The concentration of fruit liquefied is a high concentration of sugar that doesn't get processed through your body. It hits your blood system and it causes your sugar to rise. It's not good for your pancreas that's trying to regulate the insulin. So you want to stay away from fruit smoothies. How I know? Because I got diagnosed with gestational diabetes about 6 years ago after eating a series of fruit smoothies. I thought I was being healthy. I thought I put kale in there and I put ginger in there. And I also had strawberries and blueberries, but liquefied, it was sending my sugar levels through the roof. So you want to stay away from sugary fruit smoothies. The next thing you want to stay away from is white bread. White bread goes straight to your system. These are the worst things for diabetics because the sugar is not processing, it's not breaking down, it's just hitting your system really fast. And so white bread is one of those things. And you may think a biscuit is not bread. That's white bread. You may think a bun or a roll is not technically white bread. It's all white bread. You want to stay away from them. Think about when you go to restaurants. What's the first thing they put on your table? A bowl of or basket of bread. Do not eat the white bread. You want to stay away from anything that is not a whole grain. You want to stick with whole grains that are low in sugar. You don't want to eat white bread. If you do have to consume white bread, I know sometimes we get into a situation where there's nothing else to eat. We're starving. We have white bread in front of us. Consume a little teeny bit of it, just a little bit, but don't consume a lot of bread. I know, for example, sometimes I may have to get a burger. I take the top bun off and half of the bottom bun off. And so I know I'm consuming just a little teeny bit of white bread, and I even feel bad about doing that. So you want to make sure that you are staying clear of white bread. The next thing that is so bad for diabetics are rice and pasta. Rice and pasta is made of that, just this white, enriched flour, and it's just not good for you. It's the same thing as bread. It processes in your body as sugar. So you may think that you're eating something healthy and you have a big plate of pasta, or you may be eating Chinese food with a big plate of rice, or any kind of food, Mexican food, or just a side of rice on the side of you grilled a nice grilled salmon, and then you have this big side of rice. You want to stay away from that. I personally love cauliflower rice. I've switched over. I do not eat rice. Pasta, I eat whole grain or whole wheat pasta, but nothing else. Someone told me about chickpea pasta, but that has a lot of carbs in it. You have to look at nutrition labels, because something that seems like it's healthy, chickpea, it seems like it's vegetable pasta. You look at the nutrition facts and it's full of sugar. So you want to steer clear of pasta and rice, especially if it's not whole grain. The next thing you don't want to eat are cinnamon rolls. Now, I'll tell you, the biggest culprit of sugar is breakfast. Breakfast foods have a lot of sugar in it. You're talking about cinnamon rolls. You're talking about cereal. You're talking about flavored oatmeal. All of these things are so horrible for you because of the sugar content. So you want to stay away from the cinnamon rolls, flavored oatmeal, even bacon. Bacon, you have to look at the label. Bacon has sugar in it. It has a lot of sodium. Sugar and sodium go hand in hand. So I try to tell diabetics, yeah, you're looking at sugar, but you're also looking at sodium, because diabetics usually have high blood pressure, and diabetes can lead to heart disease, and that's attached to sodium. So you want to be careful of what you eat for breakfast, especially steer clear of the cinnamon rolls. I know they smell really good. I used to cook them for my family. I just stopped buying it. So I won't have to be tempted. Another breakfast staple are pancakes. Pancakes, again, is that really raw dough that it tastes so good, it smells so good. It's especially an American staple in the morning. They are detrimental. And then you douse it with the god-awful syrup. The syrup is full of sugar on top of eating. Your body is going to experience just a rush of sugar that's going to cause you to just crash. It's going to cause you to crash. Like, it's just too much sugar. So if you do need to eat a pancake, eat a keto pancake. Get some sugar-free syrup. And eat a little bit of it. If you have to eat it. I do not eat pancakes and syrup for breakfast. As a matter of fact, this morning I ate a mashed avocado with some lime juice and salt and pepper in it, and I had some coffee, and I loved it, and I was full. So you just think of these alternatives. And like I said before, I'm going to tell you about some best things that a diabetic can eat in the next video. I have a few more things here. Another breakfast staple, cereal and milk. Here's the problem with cereal and milk. It's not just the cereal, it's the milk. Milk has a lot of sugar in it, so you want to get unsweetened milk. And if you have to eat cereal, you want to make cereal out of grains that have little to no sugar in it, which personally, I don't like it. I think it's nasty. Cereal without sugar, to me, is nasty. So, but if you can create your own concoction, put some artificial sweetener in it, have milk that has no sweetener in it, it'll probably work. I personally haven't eaten cereal in about 2 years, but cereal is another culprit. If you look at, I just challenge you, go to the grocery store, pick up a box of cereal, look at the back, look at the carbs, look at the sugar, and add them together. You'll see it's too much sugar in cereal. And then on top of that, you want to get the sugar from the milk. So it's just like pancakes and syrup. Eating cereal and milk, to me, is the same as eating pancakes and syrup. It's just too much sugar, too fast going into your system, and it's not good for your pancreas. The next thing is fruit flavored yogurt. Now, this is something that I used to always eat. I thought fruit flavored yogurt was healthy until I became diabetic, and I realized it's one of the god awful things you can eat because it's packed with sugar. If I do eat yogurt, I eat plain Greek yogurt a little bit. Maybe I use it to make a tuna salad or something like that, but I do not consume flavored yogurt. It's too much sugar. The next thing, and I only have 2 more left, are French fries. French fries are bad because of the way they are, one, they're a carb, it's potatoes, but two is the way they're made. They're made in fatty grease, usually peanut oil, vegetable oil from a restaurant. And French fries, with that fat content hitting your body, it becomes toxic on top of the sugar. So you want to steer clear of French fries. And I know everybody loves French fries. French fries are so good. If you have to eat French fries, consider sweet potato alternatives. Ask if you can get them cooked in a more healthy fat, or make them at home in the air fryer where you're not using fat at all. Some sweet potato fries or something like that. But I personally try my best not to eat French fries. French fries are so good. If I do eat them, I have control. I may eat one or two just to satisfy a craving, but I try to steer clear of fast food, period, because fast food is just really bad for you anyway. So I try to steer clear of fast food. I want to do more meal planning in 2022 to make sure that I'm eating the right things so I can limit my consumption of French fries, and I hope you do the same. And lastly, these are things that we are taught to put in everything, like honey and agave nectar and maple syrup is good for you. Now, these things are filled with sugar. The last time I put honey in my tea, I got an awful headache and a stomach ache. My body was not used to the honey and the amount of sugar, and it was just a little bit of honey. So you want to steer clear of honey, agave nectar, maple syrup, any of these liquefied sugary things that causes your body to go crazy if you are a diabetic. So the bottom line, everybody, the bottom line is you don't want to eat any unhealthy fats. You don't want to consume liquid sugar at all. No liquid sugar. And you don't want to consume processed grains or refined carbs or cakes and cookies and all that. Pasta. You want to steer clear of it. And then you can replace them with alternatives. So hopefully you were writing all these things down. See what you normally eat and think about right next to it some healthy alternatives, which I'm going to be sharing with you in the next video when I talk about the best things that a diabetic can eat. So I hope this was helpful. If this was helpful for you, tell me in the comments. Also, click that subscribe button, like, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any other videos from Defeating Diabetes with Lakisha. I hope this was helpful. And again, Happy New Year. Talk to you in the next video. Bye, friends.